Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. I hope all of you are doing well today as we get into the standard, the latest, what's going on as we now wait for Champions League football as it all commences from tomorrow onwards. Make sure you guys are here for the match preview tomorrow for Chelsea versus Ajax. And do not forget also we'll be covering Chelsea Ajax on the watch along on Shootout, link in the description. Make sure you're there. And also tomorrow on there, you'll be getting two videos. Premier League roundup for the weekend that's just gone and Champions League predictions heading into Champions League that commences tomorrow as well. So make sure you guys are there for that too, as the normal uploads on here will continue as well. Let's get cracking. We've actually got quite a lot to cover considering the amount of topics to go through because we've had other things outside of Chelsea happening that I want to discuss and I feel like it's important to. And we got congratulations at the end for a certain achievement for a certain country that's starting to set some certain levels. And I have to say, as someone not too far from them, I'm pretty happy for them. We're going to get into that. But starting off at home, Chelsea Football Club, there's one player that in the last couple of games has impressed very well. And we now have some information coming out in relation to this player and Enzo Maresca and the whole dynamic. So let's get into it. Here's latest on Marc Guiu. So we've got on the eve of the Liverpool fixture, Marc Guiu approached Chelsea head coach Enzo Maresca after training to speak about his lack of games this season and find out if there were things he needed to do to do better to secure more involvement. Sources familiar with the situation, speaking anonymously to The Athletic, to protect relationships, insist this was not an angry exchange or a sign of someone with an attitude problem after being left out. Rather, the chat was respectful and polite. Before we get to more, can I just point something out on this? Why does there even have to be an insinuation that it's negative? I like that that's happened. Realistically, and I want to say this as an example, right? If you're a young footballer and you're not where you want to be, well, the best thing to do is to go to your coach and to go to those that can make decisions and get feedback. Listen, I'm here, I'm working. Tell me, what do I need to do and what should I work on for me to get to the level where you will select me? That is immediately going to tell the coach or the manager, this boy's serious. No problem. Let me list it out for you. Go and work on this, and this. Focus on this, and then you'll get that, and then I'll pick you. Here you go. Go and do it. You know what I mean? But this is the thing coaches, managers, or anyone in a role of authority loves to hear. They love to hear players to come and ask for sort of feedback and whatnot, because not only is it professional, but it shows you want to grow. And you want to push yourself. And you don't want to waste time. You want to do it the right way, not the long way. There's working hard and there's working smart. Do both. Because working hard, like, you can work hard and still not get anywhere, right? Depending on how you're working hard. You can put a lot of time and effort into something, but if you're not doing the right thing anyway, you're just wasting your time. But if you work hard, you work smart, and you're allocating it to the specific areas that need the attention, then you're going to get magic. And this is just a really, really good attitude from Marc Guiu. So the fact it's got to be even, put out that it's not an attitude problem, that just shows the times we're living in, right? Shows the times. Anyway, there's more. Let's get into it. Here it is. Chelsea head coach Enzo Maresca reassured Marc Guiu that if he kept working hard in training, the opportunity would come. Against Liverpool and Forest, Guiu helped Chelsea turn potential dropped points into much-needed victory. Guiu is making a more positive impression on Maresca. And we also have Marc Guiu quickly made himself a complete nuisance against Liverpool. It was his movement which dragged Virgil van Dijk out of position deep in injury time, leaving a huge space for Marco Correa's cross to find Esteval William for the winner at the back post. You see, now, this sort of thing is very important to highlight. Because, and it shouldn't be the be-all and end-all for a striker. I do want to make that clear. But when we're talking about Marc Guiu, we're talking about someone who's raw. We've all seen just like he's raw. He's not ready to lead the line at Chelsea. But we brought him back from loan because we needed a 9. Nico Jackson had left. We needed a striker. We didn't get anyone else as a big replacement. We needed to fill in the numbers. Marc Guiu calling back from loan. All of a sudden, now he's not going anywhere in January. We have to rely on him. Now we're in a situation where, as someone who we're not expecting too much from, when we see these little things, fantastic. And this is where we debate the whole price tag thing. You know, if Marc Guiu had come in for 40 million, for example, all of a sudden we'd be expecting him to score a hat-trick. But he's raw. However, because didn't cost much, not much expectation, he comes in a game like Liverpool where you don't expect him to make a difference, and he actually creates the space for Esteval to score. That is something that any striker, any number 9, should be able to do to a top level. And the fact that we look at Marc Guiu and we say he's raw, when personally, what have I said about Marc Guiu? I like Marc Guiu in terms of his profile, in terms of his positioning. There's elements to the game mentally where I think he's raw and he needs time. That needs development. Right? That needs development. For him to become an elite striker, he needs to be able to do things consistently. But the package that he needs as a striker is there. His instinct is there. Where he chooses to run is there. Even how he links up with his teammates, all of that is there. He can take a good shot. We know this. He can work a goalkeeper. But all of these things now need to be done more often. And that is what brings just a good striker to become a great striker, is just how much do you output? All of those good things, can you multiply it by 10, please? That's what makes good strikers become immense strikers. It's just keeping the level high at all times. He's got all the ingredients to become a top striker. I believe this. I said this when he first arrived and we saw little glimpses of Marc Guiu. I was like, I like how he moves. I like how he moves. He knows where the space is. He knows where to run into. He knows how to drag defenders. He knows where to position himself. He reads the game well. His first touch is good. The only thing we've not seen enough of is, like I've said, working the keeper. But then again, we've not seen him play too much. So this is a case of development. But when we've had to call on him in the last couple of games, he's been brilliant. And so much so, we've even said, and I said this on Shootout when we were watching the game against Forest, he brings an energy, a Diego Costa energy. Now, I'm not saying he's Diego Costa, like I said, don't misinterpret me. But the profile of the 9, he likes to get stuck in. He knows where to get stuck in. He knows where to put himself. And that was very Diego Costa-esque, right? That was what Diego Costa was so good at. So the profile, the type of striker he is, has that. Like I said, the one thing that I like about Marc Guiu a lot is his instinct. Strikers, good strikers, really good strikers, are born with an instinct. Let me tell you now, this was my problem with Jackson. My problem with Jackson is I never felt that he had an instinct. It felt like everything was manufactured. And as a striker, you cannot be manufactured. You cannot. I don't believe a striker can be manufactured. A striker needs to have an internal element that just switches on naturally. He gets the ball's coming to him. He immediately just knows I'm gonna stick it in that far corner, and he just knows where it is, and it's his instinct telling him where to go. It's not him trying to force himself to do it. That's the difference between someone that tries to play as a striker and someone that is a striker. Marc Guiu, I believe, has instinct. He's got it in there. Now he just needs to develop all the other things. So far, the last 2 games, what we've seen from him, I think, has been absolutely class. Yeah, absolutely class. And long may it continue, because it's only 2 games. I don't want everyone to get carried away now and think, oh no, he's got to start now. Chill. We've already said he was raw. But his contribution over the last 2 games has been great. I'm very, very glad to hear, and it's correct, that he is impressing. And this is what we hoped he would deliver if we were to bring him back and we were going to use him. He's now operating on a very decent level. Now, I hope he has more contributions like this, because it's only going to help us solve an issue that I believe is there up until when Liam Delap comes back. And right now, we can see with João Pedro that as much as we know he can finish, Even Marc Guiu came on. What did João Pedro do? He tucked into an attacking midfield role. And what happened to João Pedro? He looked better. He is a 10, isn't he? João Pedro just operates at least as a second striker, not someone who's an in and out number 9. He likes to operate in and around the edge of the box. That's João Pedro's main area that he thrives in. Someone that likes to, get involved properly and make things happen, which he can definitely do. But Marc Guiu, if he's stepping up, then he's only going to help the team. He really is, because we do need him to step up. And if he's capable of doing that consistently, then mate, fantastic. So long may it continue. And fingers crossed, he keeps up these really good performances. And hopefully we see some really good development from him. I'm not expecting miracles from Marc Guiu, because we know he's not there. But what we're seeing, keep it up. Keep it up. I love it. So Marc Guiu, here's your flowers. And congrats, and keep it up. It's just the beginning. So let me know your thoughts on Marc Guiu. Do you like Marc Guiu? Do you like what you've seen? What do you think? Let me know down below. I'd love to hear your comments on Marc Guiu. This is why I did the video. If not, I don't think there would have been a video today, because I saw this and I was like, you know what? This is a very good talking point with all of you guys. I want to hear what you guys think as well. So let me know your opinions down below. Now, let's move to Enzo Maresca. Funnily enough, we mentioned him. I've mentioned this in the last few days, but now we've got confirmation. Here it is. Deal done. Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca has joined Jorge Mendes' Gestificute agency. Maresca has joined Mendes' stable of managers that includes Jose Mourinho, Unai Emery, Marco Silva, Nuno Espirito Santo. Chelsea are still in control of Maresca's future though, as he is under contract until 2029, and the club have also the option to extend his deal by a further year. So congratulations to Enzo Maresca. I have to say this because he has just cemented his future. You're at Chelsea and you're doing relatively well, and now you've got Jorge Mendes as your agent. You're sorted for life, mate. You've just plucked out the best agent in world football, or at least the guy who has been the best agent in world football. You join a class of managers like the names that I've just read out. You are minted, mate. You're good. So Enzo Maresca, very good life and business decision that, to join Jorge Mendes. Maybe when we played Benfica, Jose was like, hey, Enzo, let me tell you, I will link you with Jorge and you get a contract like me. You get protection like me. You go anywhere you find work, no problem. And you get sacked and you get loads of money. Nice. But anyway, congrats, Enzo Maresca. Very, very good for him. He's definitely got fantastic protection now. So, yeah, very happy for him. Let me know your thoughts on that. Now, Reece James has spoken. And I wanted to show you guys this because it's hilarious. But let me read it out and then we'll discuss it. Here's what he had to say on the red card situation. They're not all straight reds. I was next to him when I saw him going for the tackle, talking about Gusto, and it was a split second in it. He was there to win the ball and just mistimed it. I wouldn't say it is a problem for us. Okay, mate, listen. I hear what you're saying, yeah? But I'm sorry, it doesn't apply. Sorry, it doesn't apply. And why? Let's be honest. We got to be real here, yeah? It's 5 red cards in a row. I don't care how it happens. That's not good. Like, listen, we can all say, oh, no, but, that shouldn't have been a red. No, but that one, no, that was a little bit, that was 2 yellows. Shouldn't have happened. But that was the coach. I'm sorry. It's 5 red cards in a row. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. There's none. There is no world that should exist where a team gets 5 red cards consecutively. That is blasphemy. Like, that is actually blasphemous. Yeah, that is shocking. But I've got to be honest. We're at a point now where we're picking up red cards and we're winning games. I can't lie. There's a part of me deep down as a football fan, yeah, not even as a Chelsea fan here, as a football fan, that wants to see it continue just for the bants, yeah? We talk about the game's gone. This is something that can keep the game alive. How funny would it be if we kept winning games and we kept getting red cards? Imagine we went to 6, 7, set a trend, 8. I think that would just be funny. I would just laugh. Like, we've gotten past the point of being peed off about it. Now it's just comedy. So we've done 5. I kind of want to see 6. I'm not even lying. I kind of do. It's not good. Like, deep down, Deep down, we shouldn't. Deep down, I don't want to see it. It's not good for us. We got to be real. This is not good. We should rectify all of this. This has to stop. But for the Bants, I'm kind of on board. So, who do I want getting sent off next? Not a defender. Definitely not a defender. We've had enough of that. Actually, it's only our defenders that are getting sent off. What's going on? And the coach. Okay, Willy Caballero. There we are. Next game, Sunderland. I want Willy Caballero kicking off with the Sunderland assistant. Yeah, punch him in the face. Do something. Get sent off. Fantastic. Number 6. Beautiful. Let's do that. Let's do it. Do it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm joking, but deep down I'm not. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on that because it's hilarious. I don't think, has this ever happened? Has there been a team in Premier League history that's got 5 red cards in a row? Let me know, please. I'd love to know. 5 consecutive matches. That's just taking the mick at this rate. No, sorry, not a Premier League side. I mean, there was 1 Champions League game in that, but you get the gist. Like 5 games. Has that ever happened? Let me know. If anyone knows the record, I need to go and check it actually, if there is. But let me know in the comments down below. Much appreciated. Now let's move to Nottingham Forest, talking about them. Mancini flopped. Well, here it is. Sean Dyche set to sign contract until June 2027 at Nottingham Forest. Verbal agreement in place between parties with former Everton manager ready for the Premier League return. I mean, welcome back to Sean Dyche, yeah? I like Sean Dyche, but let's be honest. Nottingham Forest are not getting out bottom half of the table now. They won't go down. Sean Dyche will not get them relegated. Sean Dyche will save them. They'll stay up, but it's back to default settings for Nottingham Forest, isn't it? All that hard work just gone. So, yeah. Anyway, Sean Dyche back in. There was a rumour going around that Sean Dyche apparently wanted a really long deal. And the deal was only until June 2027. So that didn't work, which is a kind of a good thing for Forest because I don't think you'd want to sign Sean Dyche on a 5-year deal, that's for sure. Because if it all goes wrong after 6 months, you're in trouble. But Nottingham Forest, let's see what they do with Sean Dyche. Let's see. Let me know your thoughts down below on that one. And to wrap up, this is where congratulations are in store. I don't know if any of you were paying attention to last night, but the under-20s World Cup was concluded and the final was played between Morocco and Argentina after Morocco had knocked out France, who have one of the best young squads in the world. Morocco got to the final and everyone's looking at Argentina and going, it's Argentina, surely. Nope. Morocco's under-20 World Cup victory analysis as per ESPN says Morocco stunned Argentina with a 2-0 victory in the Under-20 World Cup final in Chile, claiming their first ever world title at any age level. Morocco became only the 2nd African nation to lift the Under-20 World Cup. Obviously Ghana, if I'm not mistaken, were the first. Yassir Zabiri was the hero of the night, scoring both goals in the first half to put Morocco firmly in control. Despite Argentina's dominance in possession, Morocco's defence held strong and denied the South Americans any chance of a comeback. The North Africans had an impressive run to the final, defeating South Korea, the United States and France in the knockout stages. Argentina, who were favourites to win their 7th Under-20 crown, suffered their first defeat of the tournament in the final. And Morocco, listen, I gotta give massive praise. Mabrouk alaykum. Gaki marakum. I know you understand. If you're Moroccan, you understand. Because Morocco, Algeria next door. So, we get you. But I'm really happy for them. Because Morocco have shown from the men's level and the shocker that we got from the men at the World Cup where they went all the way to the semi-final. It goes to show it's not a fluke. It goes to show that there is serious talent. And to be honest, let me tell you this as a North African, right? The ballers that exist on that part of the continent is ridiculous. Let me just tell you this now. It's just there's other factors at play that hinders them, that stops it. The development, the leagues, the infrastructure, all of this. If they had all the flipping possibilities and infrastructure that we see in European countries, trust me, this would be a normal thing. It would be a normal thing. right? But Morocco are starting to really up the levels, and this has to be given attention to. The men done fantastic in the World Cup. We now need to see what they're going to do in the Africa Cup of Nations this December, which I'm sure we're going to have to try and cover because obviously I'm watching because I'm invested in it. I've got one of my countries there. But now the under-20s are winning the World Cup. That means the future is bright for Morocco. So what do we have to say now? Keep your eyes on Morocco. Keep your eyes, because now we know that World Cup performance, the semi-final, wasn't a fluke. And they've got a new generation coming through that's only going to take Morocco even further. So, huge congratulations. They deserve it. They played some outstanding football, some top goals scored. Even tactically, even in terms of the way that they went about getting the results. The Argentina game, they killed it in the first half and then just literally just shut everything down, get past us. And the one thing, and let me tell you, not just about Morocco, this is a very North African trait, is when it comes to a real never say die, like proper never say die, you ain't getting through. They will die. They will actually, if they say, look, I'm going to die on this pitch today, they're more than happy to. They're actually that's the mentality. And in this situation where they know there's an entire country on their back to do something historic, that performance after they went 2-0 up was just them literally exactly doing what I've just said. They were all literally ready to die on that pitch to the real detail of what that sentence means. So I can only give it praise. No one expected Morocco to go this far in this tournament. They were big underdogs, and they've proven that Morocco, in terms of not just African football is very bright. African football has so much to it, and African football is growing big time. Never underestimate an African team. Let me tell you this right now, right? There's levels starting to come up over there. But Moroccan football is now starting to hit new levels. So huge congratulations to Morocco. They deserve this. And the federation and the work that's being done in Morocco clearly has been given attention to. So that's fantastic to see. And hopefully they continue, and hopefully we get to see similar performances in future tournaments for the men as well. So let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. Let me know down below on everything that we've discussed. Subscribe, notification bell. See you all here tomorrow for the preview to Chelsea versus Ajax. And be there on Shootout, link in the description for more content as well over there. So I'll catch all of you tomorrow. Look after yourselves, people. See you tomorrow. Take care and peace.